Welcome back to another episode of Health is Wealth. And thank you so much for tuning in. And as always, I am truly grateful to each and every one of you for your support, for you tuning in to the podcast. And I truly hope you're absolutely gaining something from this, something maybe you've learned, something you could take with you, as far as inspiration or motivation. I like to put out things on here, that I'm just learning myself, things about life, things that I'm going through, and hopefully that message gets out to somebody else who can also use that, that advice or that help or just a different way of looking at something in order for all of us to grow into that next greater version of ourselves. So as always, again, thank you so much for tuning in, and I truly hope you do find value in this. And on this week's episode, I wanted to talk about adversity. Adversity is defined in the dictionary by difficulties, misfortune. And it's a part of life. It's around us, right? Now, with adversity, I believe it's the test in life. It's a part of life that allows us to essentially grow because it's the things that we have to go through that are hard, that are difficult, where we can learn things from in order for us to strengthen ourselves, right? Mentally. Now, nobody likes adversity, right? Because things that are difficult, misfortunes that can happen to us, they're hard to deal with, right? And we can either allow ourselves to be broken by it, or we can allow us to make us, essentially. And it all just depends on how we look at adversity that takes place in our lives. Sometimes we can look at adversity as, punishment, as why is this happening to me, as this is just my luck, something would happen, But we can also look at adversity as opportunity, as those moments to be like, okay, what can I learn from this? What is this teaching me? How can I become better? How can I become stronger from this? Now, again, nobody likes adversity because most of the times it's the things that we can't control. It's things that come in our lives out of nowhere that we didn't expect, didn't anticipate it, whatever it may be. But I think that's the point. And so when I look at adversity, I look at it as part of life's journey that is there. It's the test in order for us to learn and grow from it. So it's essentially a part of life. And, I know at times we probably wish that life would be just super easy, but if it were super easy and there weren't things that were difficult in life, then how could we grow? How could we be better? How could we be stronger, have tougher skin, become more resilient, become more relentless, things of that nature, if it wasn't for difficult things taking place in our lives that force us and cause us to go through the emotions, to go through, the mental, stress of things, to build that mental fortitude in order for us to deal with the next bigger things in life, right? And so adversity is just part of us in our growth process in life. And so when you think about adversity next time, don't look at it as, why is this happening to me? Reframe it in the sense of like, why not me? I know this is building me up for something bigger and better in life. I know this is prepping me for the things that I'm praying for the things that I'm asking for the things that I want in life. And that's how I look at all these things. Now, everything in life, I truly believe as I become to understand more and more things, it's just how we perceive it, right? The world isn't as it is, but it's how you see it, how you think about it, how you view to choose the things that take place in life. And so for me now, I once would look at adversity and things like that, like, this is bad karma. This is, my luck. Maybe I'm just not meant to live that life, or whatever it could be. And now I look at all that stuff as, I understand I'm praying for certain things. I understand I'm asking God for certain things in my day to day in the life that I want to live. And adversity is taking place in my life is just a test to see if I'm ready for the next level, to see, if I can learn what I need to learn in order to grow to the next step. So again, adversity is just super important, right? And instead of looking at it as such a bad thing as this is happening, to me, look at it like this is happening for you. When I think about our lives just in general, in totality, right? I think we learn the biggest things in life, not when they're easy, but you think about the most times that you've come out of something, that you've learned the most, that you've gained the most, that you've become the most strongest. It wasn't in the times that were easy in life. It was through adverse times, through adversities. It was the toughest things that you ever went through in life that where you came out the biggest in them, right? And so that's why it's such an important piece to all this, because it gives us so much to understand, and it gives us so much to grow. And adversity is truly where you are going to gain the strength and growth in life to be able to deal with other adversities that come our way. And it can only ever make you bigger and better, because what doesn't kill you only makes you stronger. And so adversity, it's a part of life. And so, being comfortable with understanding and just reframing how you look at adversity in life instead of a punishment, instead of, this and that, if you could just see it as those opportunities for you to learn something, then I think, you just have a different relationship as it comes. I look at adversity now and I welcome it. I embrace it, because I know there is something I will always learn from it, right? There is something that it's going to teach me, that I haven't maybe been taught yet, or, could look at differently, that's only going to enable me to become a better person. And that's all I'm asking for every day and praying for every day, is to become the next better version of myself. And I understand the more adversity that comes my way, the more that there is to gain. And sometimes it seems like a lot. It seems like you have a lot going on. And I truly believe that God doesn't put in our lives what he doesn't feel we're capable of being able to take on. So sometimes if you look at the adversity that's going in your life, and you're like, okay, I get it, Steve. We can learn something for adversity, but at the same time, why does it seem like I got so much of that adversity happening in my life? And I see it now as, why not? If you got all that adversity perhaps going in your life, because people do, sometimes we have more than other people at the moment, it's because you're getting prepared for something bigger. It's because God knew that you are capable of handling all of that, and it's up to you to meet halfway, to let that situation make you and not break you, right? So adversity, embrace it. Understand that these are the tests in life. This is where we're going to gain our lessons from. These are the opportunities that we have in life where we are going to gain the most, where we are going to grow the most, So it's just having a different relationship with it is. So when you think about adversity, just think about it as a test. Think about it as the only way I can get to the next level of me and get stronger and get better in life is by going through these, and it's part of the journey, right? And that's just what I've been taking from it myself, which is why I welcome it, which is why I look at it a lot differently now, which is why I understand that adversities aren't happening to me, they are happening for me, because every time I can overcome, I got a little bit wiser, a little bit stronger, a little bit more confident that I was able to deal with that, handle it, figure it out, move on, and I'm still here. It didn't kill me. So guys, again, adversity is a part of life. I understand there's discomfort. I understand we don't like it, but if you could see it that way versus trying to run from things that are hard versus trying to just tuck and hide when things get difficult, just understand those moments are the biggest opportunities you are ever going to have in life to learn a lesson, to become wiser. It's going to build thicker skin. It's going to grow you, and it's a part of what gets us to that next level. So thank you guys so much for tuning into this week's episode, and we'll see you on the next one.